What's going on, Free World Gang? And you already know who it is, and if you don't, it's your boy Zay, Xavier and Khalid, Mr. X's, get the name correct, so I know that you respect. Tuning in for another video, man. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe, do what you do in your regular YouTube video, just so we can get the engagement boosted on this channel. Alright, getting straight into it today, man. We're gonna be talking about habits, choices, and the nervous system, bro. So, starting off, man, I just want to say you got to focus on being a habitual person, you know, habitually focusing on what it is that you value in your morals. All right, so that whether that could be exercising, eating right, whether that could be finances, whether that can be reading, you know, writing, educating yourself, or whether that could be excluding things from your life, because there's a positive and a negative side to everything. So whether you want to be excluding habits that you already picked up in your life, you want to be habitual with everything that you do. And the reason why you want to be habitual with everything that you do, so you can work it into your nervous system. All right, and once you work it into your nervous system and it's into the core root of your being, of who you are, then it's going to manifest properly into the world. You know, you can't just one day, you know, decide to, okay, I'm gonna work out 2-3 times a week, but I'm gonna still eat the same, and then you give up the next week because you don't see the results. No, it doesn't work like that. How it actually works is you have to be consistent. You say, okay, I'm gonna start working out 2 to 3 times a week. Then you got to say, okay, I'm gonna start giving up the food, and I'm gonna increase the amount that I exercise. I'm gonna increase the increments that I exercise. Okay, so then once you do that, then you exercise for about a month or two, you start seeing you start dropping some pounds. All right, and then in the next 6 months, you can't even recognize yourself from the person that you were to the person that you are today. That's how it works into the nervous system. And now you're a lot less anxious. You're mentally a lot less depressed. You have a mental nervous system as well, which is the brain. Okay, you're a lot less depressed. You're a lot less anxious. You don't fidget as much as you used to. You don't shake as much as you used to. Okay, you can breathe properly. All right, your vision doesn't seem as blinded as it was before. You feel like you have a brand new awareness. That's all your habits being habitually worked into your nervous system, and you're cleansing those nerves. So now your nerve centers are properly connecting to your brain and sending it the right signals and feedbacks to where it's not accruing all of this dirty, nasty filth and gunk, and it's being purified. All right, so that's what I want to talk about. That's what I wanted to talk about as far as habits and as far as working the nervous system, because your nervous system is literally the core part of you. All right, is what connects everything in itself, and you are your habits. So whether they're good habits or they're bad habits, they're positive or they're negative, you are that habit, and you have the power to change. But how do we change? We change by evaluating our choices. So you have a choice in everything. You have a choice whether you want to be positive or negative. You have a choice whether you want to be good or bad, whether you want to be righteous or you want to be evil. You have a choice whether you want to get up and go to the gym today. You have a choice whether you want to sit and watch TV for 3 hours, game for 3 hours, or you want to go work on that next script for that YouTube video that you've been wanting to post. You have a choice in doing that. You have a choice in whether you doom scrolling on your phone late at night and you only get 4 hours of sleep for work the next day, or you get a full 8 hours of sleep and you wake up early in the morning and take care of your schoolwork early in the morning. You have a choice in whether you want to do that type of stuff, and the choices compound on top of each other. So the way that choices work when they compound is that you do one thing day by day that starts to add up, and they start to multiply, and it's a rippling effect within the universe, and it starts to vibrate on a higher level, because now you're consciously looking forward to it, and you're subconsciously also looking forward to it, because it's been worked into your nervous system that, hey, this is the routine that we are going to do day by day. And what are some of the choices that we should be making? We should be making moral choices, valuable choices. We should be making financial choices and decisions. We should be making choices that are going to benefit our future, that are going to benefit our health, our physical health, our mental health, the way that we talk to each other. We have choices in the way that we speak to one another, the things that we manifest into the universe. So these are the choices that we should be making. Some of the choices that I've been recently deciding to make is, well, I'm gonna focus more on my schoolwork. Okay, I've just been blindly doing my schoolwork and not been really retaining the information that I've been doing. Because it's computer science. It's not hard, but it's also not the funnest thing to do day in and day out. Being, you learn a new concept, you grasp the information, and you do everything, but then you come up with a bug in your code, and you're sitting there for an hour trying to figure out how to debug this code. It's not the most glamorous work when it comes to bugs. So my choice is to focus more on my schoolwork. I have an AI that my professor is an AI, so I'm able to ask it a lot of questions, and it's able to review my code and make it more professional and help me get it posted on GitHub and everything like that. So focusing more on schoolwork, finding hours for schoolwork, incorporating running and cardio back into my exercise routines rather than just hitting weights and getting my arms heavy. Okay, so I can lose some belly fat. Another conscious choice is fasting, doing a water fast for 3 days. So making sure that I get the right amount of water intake for myself to be able to still have the energy to get up and do work, to get up and actually be, feel like I won't pass out or be dizzy. And also getting electrolytes, maybe drink some pickle juice here and there, or some Gatorade or something like that. Then also another conscious choice is my masturbation habits. I cut that out a long time ago, so I don't really have to worry about that. That was a conscious choice that I had to make. But I know that it's people on the internet and it's people on the self-improvement, and they come to these spaces, and they want to learn about that. But I completely cut that out because it's also not good for my image, as a musical artist, especially a rapper, somebody who raps about women and raps about like relationships and stuff like that. I don't see that as part of being healthy, especially when it comes to relationships. I don't see that as a healthy part of a relationship, so I just cut that out. If you still do it, just make sure it's in moderation, I guess. I'll say one time a week, because you gotta stay prepared out here, bro. You never really know. And then plus I got a date on Friday, so there's that as well. And smoking weed. I was gonna say doing drugs, but I never really did anything like hardcore. Only thing I've ever tried was weed and shrooms, and those, I don't see shrooms as hardcore. It's a psychedelic, so it could be hardcore, though. I don't see it. It could be easily abused, I would say that. But hardcore, I see is like substances that, where chemicals get involved. But as far as weed and shrooms, those things grow naturally from the earth. Okay. And even people like monks do those things because they're natural herbs that come from the earth. So as far as that, I'm not indulging in that anymore. I just quit Black and Milds a few days ago because I couldn't really smoke weed the way I wanted to. So I picked up Black and Milds, and it's been a habit of mine for probably about 6 months. And I just decided that I wanted to stop smoking it. Just stop beating up on my lungs. It's cancerous. It causes a bunch of diseases. I could have heart failure. I could have heart scar tissues. It beats up on my lungs, as I said. And it's just a bunch of other things, heart disease. It can cause parasites. And it's basically like smoking cat piss. So like I just had to cut that out. So we talked about exercising, eating, fasting, as well as hydration. We talked about reading. I'm gonna try and get a book review done every month. I'm gonna try and get one book review done every month. So that's another choice, that's another decision and habit that I'm trying to ingrain within myself. You know, I have my book right here with me. I have my Bible too. So, you know, just making sure that I get some reading done and have a book review out every month. So I can, you know, not only have knowledge of self, but also for my channel, you know, so people could expect that rather than just expecting just the gaming from me on my consumer channel. It's not just a gaming channel. If you go on there and see a bunch of gaming, it's not just a gaming channel. It's a consumer channel. So I'm planning on doing reviews on a bunch of stuff. So and I have about 3 or 4 book reviews already. So just having the mindset to where I'm able to get these things done and not complain about them, be in a place where I don't make excuses. That's another choice, is to not make excuses for myself when I do mess up. Own up to things and be accountable for those things. Be responsible for those things when I do mess up, when I don't fulfill what it is that I'm set out to fulfill, and also when I fail. So when I fail, be willing and ready to assume all responsibility and all accountability for the actions that I took that led to my failure. Okay? It's the simplest things in life that we don't do that could take us far. So let's try and make a new start by being habitual in what we do and the choices and decisions that we make. All right? But it's been your boy Zay. I'm about to go back in to work. Let me know if y'all like these type of videos, these styles of videos. If y'all want to see more of those PowerPoint videos that I did yesterday, just anything that can help expand the content, really. But as I said, it's been your boy Zay, Free World Gang, and I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Keep honing down. The saga continues, man. Peace. Love y'all.